What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video, and today I got my top 4 NBA Prize Picks player props for the day. And before we get in this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up, as both of those things really help me out a ton, and keep pushing this content out to more and more people each and every single day. So I really would appreciate that, guys. Also, yesterday, we did have a 3 and 2 day betting. De'Aaron Fox points I told you was so free, cashed. Anthony Davis points I told you was so free, did not cash because he didn't play the final 18 minutes of the game, and it really wasn't that big of a blowout. They just, for some reason, didn't put Anthony Davis back in the game, but they put LeBron back in. So Anthony Davis had 18 at halftime. His line was 24 and a half. He ended with 20. Bad break, of course. Still should have covered in 3 quarters, but for some reason, he didn't shoot the ball in the third quarter really at all. So a little bit frustrating on that end. Jaylen Brown finishes with 19 on 19 shots. He needed 20 and a half. Definitely with a more efficient game, should have covered that line. P.S. He plays the Nets tonight. His lines aren't up yet, but I probably like him tonight again versus the Nets once again. And then I'm trying to think what else were the other plays. So we had Fox points, Kevin Durant points cashed as well. And then Rudy Gobert points, rebounds, cash. So 3 and 2 day, another winning day. We'll take it, but we want to mmove on. And let's get a 5-0 sweep today. But before we get into today's plays, I want to show you guys a promo that Sleeper Fantasy is running. So Sleeper is running a free Stephen Curry square, if it'll load real quick so I can show you, a free Stephen Curry square when you use code FF23. And you can also get an 100% deposit match up to $500. So you put $500 in your account, you'll get $1,000 back. So that's literally, that's free money they're giving you. That's a free extra $500 that you have to work with. And that's a lot of room for error there. You definitely can at least, get to 600. Should be able to do a lot more than that, but I'm saying it shouldn't be too risky, and you should definitely be able to be profitable with that $1,000. So make sure to take advantage of that today. And like I said, use code FF23 over on Sleeper. The link to that will be down below in the description. But without further ado, we got 4 plays today. We have a huge NBA slate. Let's get right into today's plays. So first off, I got Trey Young over 34 and a half points plus assists versus the Hornets. Now, this line is unbelievably low for a player like Trey Young. Not really sure why this line is that low today, to be honest. He's over this line in 29 of his last 40 games. He's over this line in 4 of his last 5 matchups versus the Hornets as well, and that's who he's facing off against tonight, obviously. 23 and 9 in his first matchup versus the Hornets. However, he shot 21% from the field. He's not going to shoot that bad again. And he shot 11% from 3. He's not going to shoot that bad again. He's going to have a much better performance, a much more efficient performance tonight. And the Hornets allow the 5th most assists per game in the NBA to point guards. They struggle drastically versus the point guard position. This is an ideal matchup for Trey Young today. And overall, Trey Young should be able to have a big night. He should be able to perform extremely well. And overall, I do think Trey Young has a big night tonight. So Trey Young over 34 and a half points plus assists versus the Hornets is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Jaylen Brunson over 28 and a half points versus the Magic. He's over this line in 5 of his last 7 games without Randall and OG. Only game under, he had 27 points. 21 plus field goal attempts in 8 straight games versus the Magic as well. And the Magic allow not versus the Magic, sorry, just 21 field goal attempts in 8 straight games. And the Magic allow the 4th most points per game in the NBA to point guards. Brunson has such a high usage. He should be able to soar over this line in this matchup today. He should be able to have a huge night and perform very efficiently. And overall, I just think this is a game where Jaylen Brunson goes off and he has a huge night. So Jaylen Brunson over 28 and a half points versus the Magic is my second play of the day. So next up, I'm going with Trey Mann over 11 and a half points versus the Hornets. He's under this line in both games since joining the Hornets, barely under in both of those games, and he has an ideal matchup today. The Hawks allow the most points per game in the NBA to point guards over the last month. He's over this line in 16 of his 22 career games when playing 30-plus minutes, and he's coming off of a 34-minute game in his last game out. Also, both teams play at a super fast pace. There should be tons of volume for Mann. This should be an opportunity for Mann to have a huge night tonight and perform really well. And overall, I do think Trey Mann does have a really big game tonight. I really do. I think he, goes for 15 plus. Wouldn't mind that pick on Fanduel or any sportsbook site you're betting on. But really confident in Trey Mann today. Really confident he has a big game. So Trey Mann over 11.5 points versus the Hornets is my third play of the day. And now for my final play, I got Zion over 29.5 points plus rebounds versus the Wizards. The Wizards allow the most points per game in the NBA to power forwards this season. The Wizards allow the fourth most rebounds per game in the NBA to power forwards this season. No player on the Wizards to really protect the rim at all. They have Marvin Bagley starting at center. That is not a very good rim protector whatsoever. That's a really bad rim protector. Zion should be able to have his way inside and dominate the paint. And the Wizards have been competitive as of late. Games should not be a blowout. Wizards have actually been playing pretty decent basketball lately. They made some, professional additions at the deadline. They brought in some pros. A lot of those teams, the Pistons, the Hornets, they brought in some pros, honestly, so they don't get blown out as much. And I think that helps the Wizards. I think this is a more competitive game tonight. So, and that definitely helps our bet. So Zion Williamson, over 29.5 points plus rebounds versus the Wizards is my fourth and final play. So those were my top four NBA Prize Picks player props for the day. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video and you do want to see more from me, go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up, guys, and leaving a comment down below, because all of those things really do help the channel out a ton and help push my content to more and more people each and every single day. And we're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, guys. So like I said, subscribing really helps me out a lot. And then lastly, make sure to sign up for Sleeper today. Get access to this free Steph Curry square when you use code FF23. And Sleeper will also match your first deposit up to $500. So make sure to take advantage of that. No other sports betting sites are giving you that $500 deposit match like Sleeper. So you want to take advantage of that. And that's really all I got for today. Let's get a 5-0 sweep. Let's cash out tonight. And I'll see you guys on the next one. See you guys.